Are most cats just go with the flow? Do you ever get like a difficult cat or a fussy cat? Does this
Yeah, we
exist?
do. We do. We get fussy cats, and we create fussy cats, particularly with food.
Yeah.
Because over the pandemic, we've gone, oh, here's some chicken food, and they've gone, oh no, and then we'll go, oh, don't worry, let's take it away. Here's some more. My mum does it all the time, and I take the mickey out of her all the time. But so we create that behaviour of cats being pretty fussy, although taste profile wise they are pretty fussy. We get funny requests. So I had a chap arrive on, now I'll never forget this, with his shoes. He had a Persian that would only sleep on his shoes. So he bought these great big pair of size 11 boots, plonked them down in the suite, and sure enough, this little guy was like, oh yeah, and went and sat on his shoes. So we do get funny funny
Yeah.
requests, definitely, all the time. We get people want to come and have their wedding at Longcroft, that kind of thing. People think we're a human hotel. Have I got a double room for two people and their kids? Um, so that we find quite funny.
So
Yeah,
what
never
what
never
what
a dull moment.
what's your favorite thing about running a cat hotel and your least favorite thing?
Oh, least favorite thing is probably massive poos. Massive poos to deal with. Once you can guarantee with cats, you'll go along, you'll make sure everyone's litter trays are beautiful, you'll clean the floor, everything's looking great. You know damn well by the time you've done that and you've gone back to the other end, everyone's used their litter tray again because they love a fresh deck. So they trash it. So it's like, oh, thanks, guys. Well, that's just one of those things.
Yeah.
My favourite part, I guess, just seeing the different personalities of owners. We've got a really lovely relationship and rapport with our owners because they trust us. They bring us gifts all the time. So the other day, I make a point of, with our cats that have stayed with us, that are new to us, I'll go and have a cup of tea with them, and we'll sit down. And I said to this owner, we'll have a cup of tea and a biscuit. And bless her, she arrived with biscuits for me. So stuff like that, it's just like, oh my God, that's so cute. It's really lovely. And it just happens all the time. So yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
it's, I hope it doesn't,
What about things like grooming? So like
yeah,
grooming. Are
yeah.
cats all like, are they used to it? Are they reciprocal? Do you get any cats that don't want to be touched?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, absolutely. So again, we have a little and often approach here. I never force anything. So always say to owners, look, we will groom them, but we're going to make really good friends with them first, before, because they arrive, bless them, and they're like, oh my God, I've been in my carrier, I've been in my car. Are you the vet? Who are you? What are you going to do to me? So they really are like, oh, what's happening? So it's our job to make sure that we've respected their space and done given them some treats, really got round them, and then we can start to groom them and do things like that. But yeah, I mean, quite honestly, if kittens haven't been used to grooming from the beginning, and particularly with long haired breeds, people don't normally know what they're getting themselves into. So you might have a breed with a particularly fine undercoat that's covered in knots, and they might have to have them all shaved off. They might have to have a line cut, something like that. We don't do that here, but we do try and help with. We've got special grooming tools to help get the knots out, that kind of thing. Persians, I do have a Persian that stays with me that's got a makeup palette that comes with him, because he's got tear stains. So Persians, because of the way they're bred, their eyes weep, and they weep into their sort of either side of their nose. So they just need, in order to keep their eyes healthy, we need to wipe them carefully. And this little chap did do some showing. So he comes with a tear stain remover and an eye makeup palette, which is like a stipple brush, and we stipple under his eyes, and he just sits there. He's like, yeah, we've done this before.
Yeah.
And he just sits there, and he knows he gets a treat after it, and then it just protects his coat and his eyes from becoming stained. So yeah, we do get lots of requests like that. But again, if you've got 40 cats, you can't do that. You just don't have the time to do stuff like that. So yeah.
Do you have a favorite breed of cat? Like, oh, I love it that we're gonna get one of these,
Oh my God.
or a least and a least favorite.
Yeah, there's just too many. I love them all. I mean, I've got a soft spot for ragdolls. And we look after a lot of them because you can just pick them up and they just go bleh. You can just cuddle them like a child. So I do have a soft spot for ragdolls. I love a Siamese. I love a Burmese. I like Sphinx cats because they're funny. The hairless cats because they're funny and they shake their head and they flap like dogs. Yeah, so and I also love, I'm a sucker for a one-eyed, three-legged, no-tail rescue. My mum
Yeah.
got one-eyed Woody because of me. Yeah, but you know, we put him out on social, everyone's like, oh, everyone's cooing over him. Yeah, so I love them all.
Is there anything that you would have liked me to ask that I haven't asked you? Or anything that you would like people to know about a cat hotel? And
So,
I guess like I bumped into cat hotels when I was looking for somewhere for my cat to
yeah,
stay, and
yeah,
I looked at Catteries and it just felt
yeah.
like a bit of a prison, or like some kind of
Yeah,
cold,
yeah,
heartless
yeah. Loads of the
institution.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what would you like people to know about, if they're feeling a bit intimidated or they're not sure
Yeah,
about their where to have their cat stay? Like,
absolutely.
what is an average stay, and how should people go about it?
In terms of cost or in terms of what
Both, yeah. So like
yeah,
so
okay.
speaking to my sister's like fully in love with her cat, like
Yeah.
fully in love. They're very distressed every time they have to be apart.
Oh,
Um and she may make assumptions about what is involved with a cat hotel and whether her cat will be okay. So what
absolutely.
are the kind of things that people should know? Like it's, like
Yeah.
what should people know?
Absolutely. So I think our USP is our human to cat ratio. So if you're bringing your cat to Longcroft, you know that they're going to get a lovely large suite. Everything's going to be immaculately clean. All of our hygiene protocols have been devised by our head vet. So you know that we're, super, super squeaky, and because I think that is one of the pain points. Or there's horror stories that people hear. Their cat's gone to a cattery, they've come back sick. Whether it's, I don't know, something like a cold or they've got a tummy upset, that kind of stuff. That doesn't happen with us because we know what we've spoken to you. We've taken loads of details up front. Our pet profile, as we call it, is really detailed. So you literally have got an entire like interactive form to brain dump on and tell us all about them, what they like to eat, what they like to do, are they scared of anything, what are their vet's details, what's their microchip number. So we've literally got this snapshot of everything. And normally owners will go, I'm really nervous, I'm really this, I'm really that. So we know what the pain points are before you've even arrived. Can they use a cat flap? Are they going to be able to jump up there? All of that kind of stuff. So we'll talk to our customers. And I think that's really important. We'll never lose sight of that. People say to me, oh, can I not book online? And we're like, no, we want to talk to you. we want to pick up the phone and say, what's he like? What's his personality like? We want to be able to have those conversations. So we will never have booking online. As much as it will do everyone's head in, we just won't do it.
You
And I think,
ever have
yeah,
you ever said no to a guest? Have you ever said no, sorry, for any reason? Maybe it
I
was too long
very
or too.
rarely, very, very rarely. We're very expert, unless we've got a pussycat that's in danger or is noticeably unhappy after a certain amount of time, or is
Oh,
very, you do get cats that we don't know what their backgrounds have been like, and they can, if they feel intimidated and they don't want you in their personal space, they can become quite aggressive. So if they're aggressive to the point that we can't care for them properly, that's when we say, do you know what? And it's probably happened once in 10 years. Do you know what? We think he's going to be happier in his own environment with somebody coming in to take care of him. But very, very rarely. I mean, yeah, we get to know our cats really regularly. We see our cats really regularly, so we get to know them. We build up the trust and rapport, and once you've done that, they don't forget.
Yeah, they don't forget. So tell me about that, because
So,
I know a lot of people worry that their cat might forget them or
yeah,
something like that. So
do people say that? Yeah, absolutely. But the cats that come and stay with us know exactly where they are. The minute they get out of that cat carrier, they will always go back and sit in the same place that they sat before. They'll go, I mean, they all know about my special biscuits that I've got, and we put them down for check-in. So obviously the pussycats that are allowed them can have them. We always check with the owners first, but just stuff like that. We have water fountains for the cats that like to play with water. So Bengals, for instance, love a bit of water. So we'll give them water fountains. It's just all the small details that probably only, are just shared between my customer and me. And I always know, oh, Snowy needs a star blanket when he comes in, or this pussycat loves a bit of lactose-free cheese at 9 o'clock. And that's fine. And we can do all of it because we've only got 6 cats. So I think that's the real USP for us. It's the relationship that we've got with our cats and our owners. But the thing I will say, our single biggest problem is availability. So if somebody wants to book a hotel for their cat at Longcroft, they need to be booking at least a year in advance.
a year in advance.